I'm sorry, I'm laughing in my head because it's like he like lost family member like that. And our second question is like, would you rather fuck your mom? What's up, everybody? We are here for another amazing episode of The Careful Boys. Today we have Steve back in the room.
Hey! Is that Steve? He looks so rich. What happened?
He's got an even bigger necklace, a thicker chain.
They say you are what you wear.
Yeah. You gotta project wealth and power.
Amazon. So, today we're going to be talking about dream guests we would love to bring on this show.
Jesus. Jesus.
If you have any suggestions, throw it in the comments. If they're bad suggestions, we won't.
I've seen lots of suggestions from people about who we should have.
What are some top ones?
Give us both the best and worst.
I always like it when people don't understand how connected we aren't.
That's one thing.
That's my favorite. It's like, why don't you guys get, the #1 tuber right now? It's like, yeah, dude, because he'll tell us to go fuck ourselves.
He'll look at our numbers and spit in our face. Yeah.
I have responded that way sometimes. I'm like, hey, if you know him, please connect us.
Had Mr. Beast on, and I'm like, yeah, Mr. Beast would tell us to go die in a fire.
After he gives us all Xboxes.
He gives us all $10,000.
It would be the die in a fire we're holding an Xbox challenge for $10,000.
So Joe Rogan then, we should probably get Joe Rogan.
Get Joe Rogan.
When are we going on Joe Rogan? I'm like, yeah, dude, that's right. Yes.
7 more mics.
It feels like everyone that comes here first goes on there afterwards, and we're like, how come they get to go, but we don't?
We know why. Oh, you don't know why.
Why?
I see. Oh, what do you mean? We're not big enough for Joe Rogan, Joe.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
But there's people smaller than us that are going.
There's people bigger than us that haven't been on yet.
Oh, okay.
That's true. Whoa, dude.
It's a lot of things to consider.
Mind blowing, dude.
Let's just get Dave Chappelle.
We can get Chappelle Lacey.
Same.
We have our Chappelle.
Chappelle hasn't come
I
back.
love Chappelle Lacey. He's been back here once, right?
Yeah, once or twice.
We've had a few cheerleaders.
Is there anybody that kind of seems likely that we could get?
Probably Michael Jordan.
He's not doing anything these days.
He's retired, isn't he?
My friend works at the Mike Tyson podcast. Like, he runs his podcast, and I was like, oh, cool. Then you could bring him on JK. And he just goes to me, and then he goes, hey, you know Joe Coy? And I'm like, why? Because Mike Tyson wants him on his podcast. And I'm all like, why doesn't Mike Tyson DM him himself?
Yeah, he's fucking
Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson doesn't need a liaison of JK News to get to Joe
Mike
Coy.
Tyson doesn't need to DM anybody because he's got people to DM for him.
I guess so.
Maybe that's Mike Tyson's attitude, but he's so wrong.
Or maybe Mike Tyson don't know how to type.
Maybe he's insecure.
Yeah, maybe he's like a big fan. He goes, oh, I don't know.
I knew it was coming out. I loved it.
I don't know if he'll accept me. I don't know. I think we should just get Ben Shapiro.
Dude, Ben Shapiro would be good.
Can you imagine?
Wait, with Steve and Ben sitting on the same side.
What would we talk about with him?
I don't think we'd be talking.
Yeah, he'd just be yelling.
We'd be lectured.
Yeah, I think I'd be lectured a lot.
He was recently on Lex. That's a guy I want to have.
Dude,
Lex is great.
Dude, I think we can get Lex, bro. I think we get Lex.
Think we could get
Lex
Lex?
Fridman?
I think he'd be a fun hang.
The first thing I want to ask him is,
Get him.
why is a young man like you always in a suit? That's what I want to ask.
Okay.
He'll love that he came here.
Especially we're like, okay, now we need you to stand up because we're getting the hot seat chair. I'll be like, what the fuck? He's like, I'm firing all my people as soon as I get out of here.
And then the first thing is, so would you rather fuck your mom or your dad?
And he's like, that's actually a very intellectual question.
Where it's like, I want to start really, really cold with you first. And then it's like, he's like, what's your favorite letter that starts with A?
Not even word. What's your favorite?
And he's like, oh shit, never thought of it that way before.
I know who you are here. Hasbullah.
Dude.
Oh, dude, Hasbullah?
If we can't get Joe Rogan
Because they're the same level.
and Shapiro, we can't get fucking Hasbullah.
We'll never get Husbull.
No way.
Hasbullah was on Barstool, and then he punched
that guy. Punched him in the face.
He's always fucking fools up.
I think Hasbullah would kick the shit out of all of us.
Husbullah would be our dream guest, I have to say.
He's like top. He's number one.
But we couldn't communicate with him. That would
We need a translator.
Would you want Eddie Bravo on here?
Eddie Bravo.
Oh yeah, Eddie Bravo would be
Oh, we
sick.
could get Eddie. Good old Eddie.
Can we have Eddie on, but then the whole time just ask how we can get to Rogan? That must drive him
So
insane.
you could link us up?
If
Or?
all 6 of us pin him, will he recommend us?
That must drive him insane. Like being Joe Rogan's best pal, and then like everyone who talks to you, it's like, great, let's get to the point, dude. Yeah, when are you gonna ask me if the Rogan hookup?
Yeah.
Must be wild.
Or they just go like, "How's Rogan doing?"
You know they do.
It's like when, was it like Bobby Lee asking Bert Kreischer, like, hey, I want to go on Rogan. And then Bert's like, yeah, just call him. And Bobby's like, what? Like, what do you mean?
Do you think Bobby would come back?
I don't know where about Bobby's been.
People want Bobby Lee back on here, though.
I know.
I have received so many messages about that shit.
I don't know. Bart talks to Bobby the most, so we gotta ask Bart.
How about Simu Liu?
Simu too. Bart talks to everybody. It's funny because Bart's like the most. Bart's the most antisocial, but he's also the most social.
When I'm like, Bart, how'd you get this guy? He's like, I don't know, I just messaged him in his DMs.
Yeah.
I was like, every time? Like, yeah.
But also, he's in charge of the production, so it kind of makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
Do you
like
think
his job.
if we got Simu and then we surprised him with the David So cameo?
They just hash it out. That's gonna be a crazy.
It's like we have a surprise guest. It's like now's the part of the hot seat where the 13-minute mark where we bring out a surprise guest.
It's the David So Minute.
It's just David criticizing Shang-Chi.
It's David's movie reviews.
With
See me Liu.
that'd be kind of good.
Who do you want, Kalyne? You've been silent. You didn't
Yeah.
offer anybody. Who are your top guests that you would?
Hannah
love?
Gatsby, I think she wants on here.
Hannah Gatsby.
Who?
Just kidding. Liberal comedian.
Oh yeah. Let's get
I
her
know who she is.
and Ben on with Steve.
Yeah.
That'd be so. Steve is the commentator.
Let's just have those 3. Come on.
I don't know, dude. I just feel like inviting Ben Shapiro is like inviting like your teacher.
The way you said that too.
Yo, he's younger than us too.
Yeah, it is.
But he acts so old.
How old is he?
He's got to be in his like early 30s or something.
No way, dude. He's like 45.
Well, maybe not younger than you, but
He's like 45 years old. No fucking way.
you don't have any, Anthony, that you want?
To bring on here?
Jackson. Jackson.
Jackie Chan?
No, Jackson.
One day, I'm sure we'll maybe get Jackson.
Dude, I feel like Jackson.
Who the fuck is that?
You know,
Jeez, now we can't have him.
He's the fucking rock of the world.
he straight up said he wants to come here and he wants to duke it out with Joe because Joe said he's 40 years old.
Dude, I feel like he's a fun hang.
Who is
I
Jackson?
did a live stream with him recently because he got a new he got the Kinder's tattoo, and literally people are in the comments asking about JK News and stuff, and he watches JK News a lot.
No offense, Jackson. They're really bad at pitching people. I asked like 17 times, who is this Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
He's the Chinese
He's
rock.
like the #1 like pop superstar.
I had him fucking confused
Of
with
Asia.
the
Of
older
Asia.
guy, man. You can't blame me. I'm not your audience. You're fuck.
That's true. That's true.
He's just like the coolest dude too. He's like
But he wants to fight me. Let's go.
singer, dancer, everything.
What?
He is Olympic level fencing.
Yeah, see?
You know the guy I'm talking about? The
Jackson Wang.
40-year-old
Yeah.
Oh, his name's Jackson.
former pop star.
Finally.
Jackson Wang.
I think you said it though. Okay, now I believe you. Sure.
40-year-old pop star? You talking about like Psy or something?
No, I'm talking about the guy that used to be popular and he's
G-Dragon?
retired. No, he's Taiwan, like a Chinese pop star.
Andy Lau.
No, he talks to us. He talks to us. Fucking Vanessa Wu. That's Vanessa. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, Vanessa's
He's
cool.
40 something.
I think he's 40, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Big
thinking.
fan of the guy. You're a huge fan.
Yeah.
What's his fucking name?
Yeah, that's a sick though.
But that's why I got Jackson Wang and Vanessa Wu mixed up
Okay.
and shit.
Got it.
Because it's a Taiwanese pop star.
They're like 2 generations apart, but yeah.
But I don't listen to that shit. That's why.
Don't be racist.
Keep defending yourself.
Is anybody in this room into skateboarding at all?
Yeah.
We got Tony Hawk.
Oh,
I bet we could get Tony Hawk.
You think we get Tony Hawk? I don't know.
And the whole time we just ask him to do a kickflip. The whole
What about Day One Song?
Day One song. That's old school.
Day One Song would
You
be
know
dope.
We're trying to get him onto our podcast because we got him merch, so he was like repping like Kindred stuff, and we kept on trying to get him on his podcast, our podcast, but he kind of like ghosted us.
Tell me JK needs first.
Okay,
Let's get Chad.
But
Muska.
can they talk though? That's the question.
he could skate. We could just get him to do kickflips the whole time.
Just cut it
in
in
the background.
between the talking.
Oh, you know who I would like to get? That fucking Asian kid arm wrestler that's destroying everybody.
Oh, the hot dog eater kid too. I want.
Oh yeah, Kobayashi.
He's the best.
You called him a kid. Isn't that fool old as fuck?
Yeah,
No.
he's old.
Is he?
Kobayashi?
Yeah.
Not old, but like I'm old.
You don't like Joey Chestnut? He's the guy who took his crown.
Oh, he did. I remember that.
He's like the top G right now. He's the top dog.
All right, never mind. I don't want to get Kobayashi. I want to get Joey Chestnut.
Want that guy, huh?
What about from like the fighting scene? If you have somebody from the fighting scene, sit right here. Who would it be, Nick?
Oh, dude, I would love to have Habib, bro. I would love to talk to Habib. But
What would you ask him?
so like, what, like,
How do you fight?
Muslim? Like, what's the deal with it?
Whoa.
Islam? Like, what's the deal? I'm thinking about transferring over.
I'll be shitting bricks if I had to sit here hosting him. Oh man, I hope I don't die for some reason.
No, like fighter.
You wouldn't ask him what his favorite color is?
Nah, dude.
That would be my first question, Joe. Absolutely.
Who's that guy with fuck tons of muscles? The Liver King. I bet we can
Oh,
get
dude, the
King.
Liver King.
You think we can get Liver King?
I think we can get.
He's a wild boy though. He won't give us a straight answer.
I wish we were able to get
lot of people
the
get
Detroit Urban Survival guy.
Yeah.
We almost did.
Yeah.
Or just Steven Seagal in general.
Oh my God.
Steven
I would die.
Seagal would be nuts.
You know what my luck is? You guys be doing videos with Steven Seagal, and I'm in Las Vegas, and I'm like, oh yeah, sorry you weren't on the block this week. And I'm like, you guys got Steven Seagal?
I wonder if I could. I could ask my friend if Randy Couture would come on.
Dude, no way.
Yeah, my friend's his wife.
What?
I could ask.
See, dude, Ryan has all the hookups. He's like, oh, like my friend is his wife.
Yeah,
That's
wait, that's
crazy.
true.
Yeah, I could ask. That would be kind of cool.
Ryan's a
I'd be like-
fucking Dos Equis man.
For real.
I'd be like, Randy Couture, how'd you learn all that wooden acting?
Now he won't come. It was worth a shot, though. You know.
Didn't we have Pauly Shore here once?
We had Pauly Shore here once.
Did it not go well? Was it okay? Was it all right?
We gotta try and bring it back.
I think I've ever seen him make that face.
So, who are some of the worst guests?
Pauly Shore, I would say.
And I think that's fine to say.
Spitballing, just spitballing.
This format's not for everybody.
He didn't like being here, right?
No.
No, he was.
By the way, I don't blame him.
No,
He said it himself?
no.
I used to have to drive here from like Hollywood.
He came in a bad mood, and I think like he was just going through a hard time at the time, and like maybe he was insecure about the YouTube audience. It was just fresh, so I was just like, yo, man, like. Yeah, it's chill. Like our audience knows who you are. Like we don't have an audience of 10-year-olds like you think. Like our fans are like in their 30s. Like they're gonna remember you. Don't worry about it.
He was nervous about that.
He was very nervous.
Wow.
Because he
think
thought
they were just
we,
gonna get made fun of?
no, he thought that the audience is a bunch of 12-year-old teeny boppers that because that is
the main YouTube audience.
YouTube is a younger audience. But I was like, nah, the reason why you're here is because a lot of our fans
it'll be
remember
him.
you.
Yeah.
And then so after that, he was like, okay, let's do this. He was supposed to do like much longer, but I think like after a while, he's just like, nah, I'm done. And
That's
he just
sad
left.
because he's actually really.
Remember though, he also walked into this glorious office.
Like I said, there's a lot of factors. Like driving all the way from Hollywood to here sucks sometimes because it's an hour and a half. It has nothing to do with JK. It just sucks to come all the way.
In traffic.
Yeah. So I get it, right? And then you show up and you don't know anybody. We have like a little group. We have a good group mind, and then you're the odd man out. So I get that too. But like, just be cool. Don't be like kind of. He came in and he was hot to Bart immediately, and that's when I was like, oh fuck this guy. All right.
He was mean to Bart.
Immediately. Bart just told like a, you know, like when you're bullshitting in a room where you don't know anybody yet. Like Bart just told like one of those like little jokes about how you remember exactly what it was, Joe?
I don't remember. I just remember the demeanor was pretty, like there was an attitude problem.
Yeah.
And I was like, no one's ever been this rude when they walked in.
Never.
Like
sad.
it was immediately. I mean, I took it as insecurity because the questions were like, oh, are they gonna know who I am? And then maybe it was just like he shielded up because he was afraid about the audience.
Yeah.
But then it continued on, and I thought that we'd be cool after that conversation, but it was just like he was just being mean. And we're just like, why?
Damn.
What is this like? And then the specific meanness was just he would just be staring at like we're all riffing and he's just staring. Like
yeah.
not a part of the group, just having a conversation.
Or trying, and you kept. We would lob things like.
He like
And then-
set it up for him. And
Yeah,
set it
just
up.
the ball falls. He doesn't even want to be part of it. So it's like, whoa.
And he did one of these like like that kind of
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah. And it was like, dude, we're trying to entertain.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but like, what the fuck?
Did you say something when the cameras were off? Like, hey, maybe.
I think the room was just trying to process what was happening, and we needed to shoot. So we were just going, and then like he was just like, yeah, I'm out of here. And then so after the door closed, we were like, whoa, what the fuck was that? What the fuck just happened?
You guys should have tried more like quotes, like "Weed's the juice" or something like that. He probably would have loved that.
Problem is, I forgot so many of them. Like I really did.
It was years ago.
Yeah, it was so long ago.
Dude, I fucking love Encino, man.
I haven't seen it in so long.
I really like Pauly. I'm sad that that's what happens.
I loved him. I loved him.
To this point, though, it is, you know, even with other guests and stuff, sometimes it is difficult to come in here and like just join in the banter. I think when we do like our OTRs, we talked about this before, right? Or we're actually like, you know, the guest is here, we're addressing a lot of the topics about them. If they're like, whether it be Hollywood, real estate, whatever, we're talking about that topic. It's really easy to like kind of riff with people that they don't know. Then suddenly we get into like, man gets eaten by an alligator and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, what the fuck am I doing here?
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point.
And we're like, hey, we got like 18 more videos of this, all right? You good?
Okay, to play devil's advocate, don't you think these people accepting or going on to a commentary show or whatever it may be, wouldn't they do their research prior? And then
You would think.
you would think they would be like, maybe this isn't for me, and I'll do it. Steve, I don't want to hear it.
You do. You do. It's a compliment to you.
Okay.
No, it's not. So
He got you.
I got baited. I got baited. Ah, damn it.
This guy's good.
He's so good.
I can hook these whites so easy.
That's the bait all women side.
Yeah, wait a second. He understands us.
Look, half of the shit that you hear YouTubers talking about, like products wise, they just read about fucking 3 seconds before they're talking about it. There's no way they're sitting there doing research about the shows. I promise you. That shit that's paying them. That shit.
They probably left saying like, yelling at their publicists, I can't believe you brought me on this fucking circus shit.
Where is it? I'm booked. Monterey Park. How long? Hour and a half. The bathrooms are dirty.
Fair.
But here's what I don't get, right?
The bathrooms are dirty.
It's in there.
Regardless, so here's the thing, it's like, regardless of what's going on and how you judge it, you gotta be at least like a decent level. Like we all have a common decent respect for each other.
Yes.
But the way that, you know, he was acting that day was just flat out rude.
Yeah.
And it was like there was no point.
That's what I thought.
There was no point to be that rude.
Bart was being nice.
Yeah.
Did a friendly little one of those.
Everyone was trying to lift him up and like support his insecurities and you know, just be like, yo man, join in, it's good. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was weird.
So that was the weirdest kind of encounter I've had with a person that's sat here before.
You know, I think we should do a redemption for Pauly Shore, dude.
He's welcome to come back, and I'm down to talk about it too. Because I was just like, hey, what was going on in your life?
You're not gonna say anything to that one?
I believe. I'm a big time believer. Look, this is the USA. This is the land of second chances.
See, thank you.
Okay.
I believe in that.
And I don't take any. I'm not taking it personal because I know that during that time, I think that's when he lost his mom or dad too, or like it was right around that area. So I know with.
Should have led with that, Joe. Fuck. Now I feel like an asshole.
I didn't know
right,
that.
Nick?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It could have been a year.
No, dude, redemption.
It could have been a year. Could have been a lot of different reasons. All I'm saying is I know people have life, right?
Yeah.
So you're allowed to be a dick from time to time. But then like, I'm not taking it personal. I just don't know what's going on. And he couldn't keep it together. Correct. That's all I think.
Talk to me, baby.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
It's like if you can't keep it together, you're going through a hard time. You're being rude to other people, mean and shit. Like, that's fucked up.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing in my head because it's like he like lost family member like that. And our second question is like, would you rather fuck your mom?
It's a staple.
Of JK News.
That's why you lead with that.
Question you have to answer if you're gonna sit in this chair.
Gun to your head. Who do you?
Oh, you know who I would like? Sung Kang.
Oh yeah, man, he's so cool.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
He looks mad. He's like,
No, I was just thinking about it. I was like, no.
Okay, so the Asian dude in Fast and Furious who like dies, but he doesn't die.
Oh yeah, you're talking about from Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, but then he comes back in the
Comes
later
back
one.
in like the last one.
his name
And
Han?
his hot girlfriend.
Yes,
dies.
Han.
Oh, dude, and Drift King dude would be cool.
Oh, dude, people call me DK sometimes. Makes me feel weird.
Wasn't his hot girlfriend like a super? She's done really well, right?
Gal Gadot. You talking
Yes,
about
Gal
Han?
Gadot, yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
I'm like Wonder Woman.
I like looking at Gal Gadot like Sung Kang's hot girlfriend.
Wait, Gal Gadot and Sun Kang are together?
In the movie.
I didn't watch Tokyo Drift.
It's not until it's later that he gets with her.
Joe's back, everybody. Joe's back.
That's a Joe clip, bro. That's a joke.
It only happens in Wonder Woman Tokyo Drift.
I was like,
That's a classic.
I didn't watch Tokyo Drift. I didn't watch Fast
Did you see
Six.
Two Wonder, Two Women?
Jeez, this guy. Give him a raise. 2 Wonder, 2 Woman?
Hey, cut our pay and give him a raise.
Yeah, dude, I'm down. Whatever's left.
2 Wonder, 2.
Hey, shake the pennies out of my check into this guy's check.
2 Wonder, 2 Woman. Come on.
Let me give him my bank card.
Come on, dude. Hey, you gotta do another W2, man. We're gonna have to redo that whole thing.